Shelley Winter Show, live, local, topical, and relevant. Ladies and gentlemen, a bunch of calls came in. I want to take these calls. The shutdown, we're waiting for the vote, so it's really nothing really to talk about until the House votes. So we'll get to that. Carolyn Bordeaux wrote an op-ed about the shutdown from her point of view in the AJC today. So she's going to join us at 8:06. So stay tuned for that. We'll talk about the shutdown, and hopefully we won't have a vote till tomorrow, which is absolutely absurd to me. It's absurd to me. But that's neither here nor there. So, if you're tuning in for shutdown talk, there's really nothing to talk about. But at 8:06, Carolyn Bordeaux is going to take us through her op-ed today in the AJC, and she hammered her side. So I can't wait to hear that, and you guys should stick around for that. But I want to talk about what I did today. Everyone hold on, because I do want to take your calls, because you got some interesting calls here about veterans. I spoke at Georgia Highlands College, the Cartersville campus. Shout out to President Mike Hobbs. Georgia Highlands College is really, really growing. And so I thought that, I was going to be speaking to the college conservatives, right? But when the invitation went out, the shout out to Brad Gilmore and Clifton Puckett. Mr. Puckett is over both groups, college conservatives and the college Democrats. So when he sent out the invitation, it was everybody. And so both groups were in there, right? Both groups, college Democrats and college Republicans. Let me tell you something that we adults can learn from. These college students were able to sit in a room, and I presented to them. My presentation was how to navigate political media, how to cut through the propaganda, right? How to, get on the Facebook, get on social media, get on Twitter, and how to cut through and know what's there to enrage you so you click, and what's there to be informative, right? And I went through a whole presentation, and then we had a question and answer at the end. These young people were so phenomenal. So phenomenal. They were in, I know for a fact that there are adults that I don't know them personally, but I know of them from my social media, that could never sit in a room for any amount of time with Democrats without arguing. I know that for a fact. And it was fascinating to me that these young people sat there and just listened to me. And then they were all talking afterwards. And it was amazing to me. And it gave me hope about our future. Because, yes, the adults in the room, quote unquote, not in that room today, but in the world today, in our country today, the adults, we can't mess this thing up. Because the kids behind us will not allow us to. You see, the kids behind us, they may have a socialist bent or a left-leaning bent or a far-right bent, but they're not enemies of each other. We adults have become enemies of each other. The Democrats, the Republican, our KKK members. This is where we are as adults, but the kids aren't there. They're like, hey, I believe this. What do you believe? Oh, I believe this. Oh, really? Why? Well, here's why. Really? Okay, I don't agree with that. Then they drink a beer. Then they study together. Then they take a class together. They walk across campus together. They go to a basketball game together. Our country's not going anywhere because these kids won't allow it. We're the ones trying to destroy this great country because we all think we're right. One day you're like, 50-year mortgages, that's a bad idea. Oh, Trump said it, yeah, 50-year mortgages, yay. Democrats are, it's the Republican shutdown. Trump's trying to starve little babies. He's keeping SNAP from people. Well, let's open up the country. No, better not vote to open up the country and give those people their SNAP. I mean, everybody's screwed up. The adults. The kids, not so much. And don't say to me they're not screwed up because they don't know enough. No, they're not screwed up because they're not filled with hatefulness. They're not screwed up because they haven't been traumatized by life. Their wife hasn't left them. They're not paying child support. They're not a baby mama. Their bills aren't due. They're able to see the world and the future as bright. You're in your 50s and 60s, you know, what have I done with my life? And now you become angry. And that's what's going on, quite honestly. It really is, on both sides. Got a whole bunch of adults who are looking around saying, where did the time go? I love these kids. If you're listening to me right now and you're in a college setting, a professor or a president or, on a board of regents or anything, reach out to me. I want to talk to these kids all day long because they have great questions, they're inquisitive, and they want to listen. And they're not ready to fight each other simply because one says, I'm a Democrat, and the other one says, I'm a Republican. They're ready to actually embrace each other and be friends and get to know each other. That's what I learned today at Georgia Highlands College. Shout out to everybody that came out. I love you guys. You guys gave me hope of what the future can look like. The Shelley Winter Show. Everybody hold on. We're coming right back to you. 44872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk.